What's going on? What's going on, y'all? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Money Making Marlo. I got a special guest with me here today. Who I got with me here today?
Miss IcedoutbyAlexa.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So before I get into anything, what I like to ask people is how you feeling? What's your week been like? What's going on?
My week's just been a go. Literally. How am I feeling? I'm just glad to finally have a day to just rest and not have anything to do.
Are Sundays usually like your rest days?
Yeah.
Or just it really depends?
Sundays are usually my rest days, so I usually reserve the day to either be by myself or be with friends, catch up on a show, binge watch, and not feel guilty, you know?
Yeah.
Because during the week, binge watching a show during the week while I'm supposed to be productive, it makes me feel bad. So Sundays, I tell myself not to feel bad if I want to stay in bed all day and stuff like that.
What does your week usually? What's your week usually filled with? What does it look like?
What does it look like? Work. Just working. Occasionally, Wing Wednesday with some friends. Going out to eat with some friends. It's very much random, with me and my friends, and then coming home, spending time with my brother, and then just focusing on what I gotta focus on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is one of my first questions. When you first started out what you're doing right now, what was some of your goals? And have you achieved any of them yet?
I'm not gonna lie, when I started this whole IcedoutbyAlexa thing, I wasn't really thinking long term or anything like that for the first couple months. So it was just oh, I'm just doing this. It was just a side thing, you know? I didn't really see the potential it had until a couple months in, and I was oh, I can turn this into something, it can grow. I see the way some other people are doing their thing, and I was just why can't I do that? So then that's when I started shifting from it being a thing I do on the side to wanting to turn it into something bigger than on the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
What got you into it? Was
honestly,
it the homies, friends, siblings?
Yeah, it was honestly, okay, last year I saw a couple people with them on their teeth on TikTok, and I was just oh, that's cool. I want to do it on myself because I didn't know anyone who did it here. But then I saw the way they were putting the gems on their teeth. I'm I don't think that's safe. So I stayed away from it. And then my friend, she went on a trip and she came back, and then she was oh, it's actually big, in LA and stuff. And I was just And so she was yeah, you could do it. And so that kind of gave me the boost to start.
Yeah.
And then very thankful for that. And then yeah, that's kind of how it started. And yeah.
So has this type of thing always been a thing? Because I'm not gonna lie, I've never really started seeing this until this year.
Really?
The beginning of this year. I know about goals and stuff
yeah,
but I never really seen gems.
Gems, yeah, it's been around for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
90s. So it was literally I'm pretty sure this is probably not facts, but I think it started out as a thing I don't know, putting gold on your teeth. It started with the Aztecs and stuff like that, and diamonds and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure it started there, and then evolved into modern day, you got your black girls doing gems and grills and just stuff like that in the 90s. And I think it got popular around early 2000s, late 90s, and then it stayed a thing, but it kind of died down. And I think it started resurfacing in 2017, maybe 2018, something like that. But I know the Aztecs started teeth stuff or something.
So this type of thing has always been a thing.
Yeah, but it people sometimes put real diamonds. I know someone that at work, she actually has a real diamond drilled into her tooth.
Yeah.
So it's not a tooth gem, it's literally a real diamond.
Oh, she drilled a hole into her literal tooth.
And it's a diamond, it's there.
That's dedication.
Yeah, so it's a thing, you know.
So what about that whole Florida thing where they have golds, platinums, this and that? Is that sort of the same thing?
What do you mean?
How they have gold grills, platinum grills.
I guess it's a way. I see it as a way of expression. So expressing yourself through accessorizing your teeth. It's kind of the same across the board, but tooth gems, it's less costly, and then it's less commitment versus getting a grill, and it's like you pay more, I guess, and stuff like that. So yeah, different levels to it.
With something like this, is there like any crazy side effects or anything like that, or it's just something you put on you could easily take off if you wanted to?
Yeah, it's very like it's reversible, so it's like there you wouldn't have any like side effects. The only thing is it's like same thing when you get braces done, like your dentist is going to tell you make sure to like brush your teeth, proper hygiene, because you don't want build up around the gem. Same thing, it's like same concept, you just have to have like proper hygiene.
Okay, say less. So brushing your teeth and all that won't scrape it off or nothing like that.
It like if you, over time, like it will, like the continuous like repetition of like picking at it and stuff like that, it will come off. Sometimes naturally, sometimes you will force it off. But other than that, no, it stays on kind of like a bracket for like braces and stuff.
Okay. Has anyone ever DM'd you yet, like a celebrity, someone with a blue check mark, anything like that yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
One day though.
Is there anyone that you've worked on that you're like, yo, this guy really knows my work, this guy knows who I am? No way. Have you came across that yet?
I've come across like clients who are like, yeah, like I've been wanting this for so long, and then I found your page and I was just like so excited to make an appointment. It's kind of like that's what I usually get when people book an appointment, but I haven't had anyone like, I don't know, like be a fan of my work. So that's why I'm just really trying to push my work out there as well to get, you know, recognition and stuff like that.
So what's the procedure like? Like obviously they gotta DM you, book an appointment and all that, but like what happens after that? Once they come over, like what do you gotta do?
Okay, well first off, let's pretend you're a client.
Okay.
You come in, I give you hand sanitizer, wash your hands.
Of course.
And then I give you a wipe. You wipe down your phone just because your phone is like a touch point for like day-to-day basis. A lot of bacteria on there, and I don't want that here. So then that's what I do, and then I ask like, do you need to use the washroom? Because you're going to be sitting down, you know, you don't want to be uncomfortable. Give them a glass of water if they need it. And then if it's whitening, I especially like try to force for a glass of water because your throat might get dry. And I get them to sit down, and then I get them to look at like these cases. Sheesh. So I have like 2 cases, and I have like a lot of gems stocked up that I haven't put out yet, but I get them to like look through what they want, because a lot of people will choose what they want online, but I'm very flexible. Like if you change your mind, then you can just come in the appointment and just change it. But I get them to choose what they want. And yeah, so some of them have like these ones are like opals, like opal gems, and then these ones are like crystals.
Here, can I show it to you? Let me bring it up to the camera real quick.
You might have to open it because you might get glare.
Say less. Open both of them?
Yeah.
Hold on. Is it safe if I hang it up like that?
Oh yeah,
I don't want anything
it's
to drop.
super safe.
Bring it up.
Super safe.
Y'all see it? You see it? Okay. So how does this work? So they pick what they want and they say, huh? Oh, my fault. My fault.
Oh, good. That one just has more, so I was like,
Y'all see it? So with this, so how? Oh, where do you go from there with this? So it's like they show you this. Yo, I want a butterfly. Why don't you put in a butterfly shape?
yeah.
So that's it. So they just tell you what type of shape they want.
Yeah, a lot of people come in, they just want like a basic, like, oh, I just want 1 gem. Some are like, oh, I want 2, 1 on this side, 1 on that side. Those are usually like the basic designs, or like 2 on the same side, 2 on the other same side. Yeah, but whatever people want, like I never say no. Like I'm literally like, I'm a very creative person. Like I'm artistically inclined, as I like to say. But so yeah, like if someone comes to me with a design, I love it, because that's where my artistic side comes in, and I can be like creative. So when people let me do that, I'm very like, yes, thank you. You know, I'm like, yay. You know, I get really excited. So yeah.
What's the most like creative thing someone's ever made you do?
Not made me do, but let me do. It's like I recently had like a model call, and yeah, like I had specific designs that I wanted to do, but then when I only had 4 designs, but I ended up having 6 models, because I was like, I want to get guys, you know, to like come in. So then I had like 2 people come in, and I was just like, I don't have designs for them. So I literally just like made them up on like these fake tooth models.
Oh my goodness.
And I was just like, yeah, so I kind of came up, and like I didn't even do like the full style that I have on this tooth model.
Wow.
I kind of like freestyled like the bottom teeth for this person when they came in, and then for this person, like I kind of did my thing with them, and I wanted it to be like not as feminine as like my other things that I did on the other girls, which they were amazing. And like, yeah, even then, like they came in with like the designs that I posted, and I just like I kind of freestyled some of the stuff too, so I didn't go like exactly.
So okay, example, boom, I come up to you, I hit you up, I'm like, yo, I want you to write my name, like Marky at the top, Rex at the bottom. Can you do that?
It depends on the size of your teeth, to be honest. Because if you have big teeth, like some people have big teeth, like at the top, so it's easier to work at the top. But then bottom teeth are always like the tricky part because they're so small. So it's like if anyone ever has a design, I tell them, yeah, I can do that design, but you need to like come in first. I need to see your teeth, and I need to see if I can actually work on them. And sending me a picture of your teeth isn't gonna work.
It's not good enough.
Because it's like it's a picture, so I still can't tell like. I can zoom in and out. So I don't know how big your teeth are. So I usually tell people like, okay, like I have this gem, we can definitely do the design, but it depends on the size of your teeth.
So what about people that have like lowercase teeth all around? Like people that just have small teeth top and bottom. Are those more tricky to work on, or is it just as good as people with bigger teeth?
It's not as tricky, but it's like I think they know they're like limited, because I can, like if you have small teeth at the top, like I can't bling you out as much. I can probably put like a gem or two on your tooth or something. So yeah, but I still, and I'm telling you, like anyone that comes to me with like a challenge, I'm like, all right, accept it. You say less, I'm like, okay, bring it to me. Like I had one girl, she had like a night guard retainer thing, and she came in and she was like, she DM'd me and she was like, oh, by the way, like I have a night guard retainer, is that okay? And I'm like, oh yeah, bring it to the appointment, I'll work around it. She comes to her appointment and she's like, oh, like I went to this other girl and I told her I had like the retainer and the mouth guard or the night guard, and she said, ew, no, and she said she wouldn't work on me. And I was like, Damn. I was literally like, okay. So then I was like, well, I'm not going to turn you away, because I like to work on different things. So yeah, it's just like I'm always up to a challenge, and like she was so happy after. So.
Do you ever get people, is it possible to work on people with braces? Does that work? Or you can't really, because the braces is too in the way?
It's too in the way, and plus like I wouldn't want to get in the way of that, because so I usually like you got to get your braces off. And like some people wear like Invisalign retainers. I don't know if it's a thing, but like maybe you would just wear them at the bottom or something, I don't know. But even then, like it's hard to put gems on teeth if you wear retainers, like Invisalign retainers, because Invisalign is like fitted to your mouth, right? So like if I put a gem on, your retainer is not gonna fit.
So for, let's say someone, because I assume you get people that they get nervous. I want this, but I don't know how it's gonna look on me.
Yeah.
When you get people like that, how do you, I wouldn't say calm them down, but how do you like, how do you ease them into it?
Usually, I honestly, like, not to sound fake, but it's like you literally just have to, some people it comes down to them thinking they can't rock it. But my mentality is like, if you picture yourself rocking it, you're gonna rock it. Like, especially like, let's say you're building an outfit or like you want to buy something, it's like it starts in your head, you know? So not to be fake, but I tell people like, no, like it's gonna look fire. Like you just, don't worry, trust me. And a lot of people will like doubt it, but then they're like, you're the one who knows what you're doing, I'm gonna let you do it. And then I'll be like, okay. And then like as I'm working, I like update them, let them know what I'm doing, just so like there's one part that's eased up, because they always want to know like, oh, what's happening, right? So I just like, you know, and it starts like in the head, and then finally like when I give them the mirror, I'm like, wow, you know. So then it just like boosts it up.
I know they always get gassed, like when they see it.
Of course, I always gotta gas my clients. I love my clients.
Seeing that big ass smile is probably like the most satisfying feeling. Yeah. Because you just made someone's week.
Literally, and I literally just like, some people are like, wow, I'm not gonna stop smiling. You know, like, some people are like, oh my gosh, like I haven't stopped smiling, I love it, and I'm like,
people love showing it off. Yeah. Okay.
Even despite like wearing masks, a lot of people are still like, yo, I love it, you know.
So how long do these procedures usually take, or do it all just depend?
It all just depends on like what style you want to get. So if you're just getting one gem is usually 20 minutes, and then that includes like me prepping the stuff and like the in-between steps before I put the gem on your tooth. But like 1 gem, 2 gems, it's 20 minutes, and then you add another gem, that's maybe like another 5 minutes, so maybe like 25 minutes. It honestly depends, like, not to like toot my own horn, but
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I forgot that was on.
Don't trip. It's all good. Why do you have a noon?
I don't know.
Just cause?
I think it's so I don't sleep in during the weekend, so I can still like do stuff with my day and stuff. Sorry.
All good. All good.
Restart that question, to be honest.
Sheesh. What did I ask?
How long does it take?
Oh yeah. So how long? So it all really just depends.
Yeah, it really just depends on what you get. So, not to toot my own horn, like I was saying, but I feel like I'm getting more, like I'm getting faster at the procedure, but not in a way where I'm rushing it, but I'm just like, I know what I'm doing, so it's like, I can easily put 3 gems and it can be like really, what's it called? Like fast. So compared to like when I started, I used to be like nervous, like I'm shaking.
Oh, you be shaking. Don't you like? Don't they see you shaking? Don't you
I
think
had to play it off cool, you know? I had to
because
be
if you're
like,
nervous, that's gonna make them nervous.
Exactly. So then they'd come in and like I'd put on this like face of like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, but really in my head I was like, oh my god, I really hope I don't fuck this up. You know, I really hope I don't mess this up. Like, and then honestly, wearing the masks while I work really helped because you can't see the worry on my face, you know. So when I started out, I was really nervous because it's one, like I'm working on people I don't know. 2, they're trusting me in their mouth, and I was just like, it's just the nervousness of it because I really didn't want to mess up, and I didn't want to like miss a step or for some reason, and then like have them come back to me like, hey, it fell off, and I'm just like, okay, come, I'll do free, like, because I always do like a 30-day guarantee and stuff. So if it falls off within 30 days, just come see me. I replace it for free, right? Wow. But yeah, so I was just like, yeah, scared.
What's the longest time you spent on someone? Like Recently. 3 hours, 6 hours. Would it ever be that extreme, 6 hours? Or
no, that's no,
crazy.
No. It's usually like the longest I'd ever do would be like an hour. An hour and a half. But it also depends what you're getting done. So like if you're getting done like if you're getting a fairy dust, which is like I use these little pixels and I put them on your teeth, it requires precision. So they're just like little crystals, and it requires a lot of precision. So it's like I want to take my time when I do this, and just make sure like it shines like at all angles and stuff like that. And this is one thing like I really like I've gotten better at over time, because I don't feel a lot of people know how to do. It's called the fairy dust, and I feel like a lot of people don't know how to do this one properly. But this is something like I pride myself. I'm like, nah, I got good at it, you know. So this one would take like maybe like 45 minutes to do if I were doing it on like 2 teeth or something. Whereas like a gem, like the placement one by one, if I'm doing like a whole tooth, then it'll take a bit longer.
What was your worst experience with a client?
Honestly,
have you ever had a bad experience with a client? Like, yo, I can't wait to get this guy out the way because it's just a headache.
Bro, yeah, I did. I have.
Obviously, you don't have to drop names,
I don't even remember their name.
Okay.
There we go. But what happened was this person. Actually, I have 2 clients. Okay. One wasn't even a client. They just gave me a really hard time. But first person, I require a deposit for my appointments. This is when I first started out. So back then it was easy to bully me, but at that point I was like, nah, like I'm not gonna like let my, you know, stand down and let them bully me in my own business, you know?
Yeah.
So I was just like, I required a deposit. So the girl sent her deposit, and I was like, all right, cool. But then she showed up late to her appointment, and then, or like she asked me to reschedule. I rescheduled. Then she showed up late to her appointment, and like
how late?
Like 30 minutes late.
Damn.
Yeah. So then, and she kept telling me like I'm on the way. So that's why I even waited that long. So I was just, at one point I was just like, is she even coming? Like, is she just wasting my time? She just wasted her own money if she's not coming, you know? So then she gets there, and I require a late fee. Like if you're late, like you're gonna pay like an extra $10 or something. But she's like giving me a hard time as soon as she walks in, and I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna like hassle her for the deposit. I just,
because you know it's about to be some shit.
It's about to be some shit.
Yeah.
And then so then I was like, she comes in, and I was smart, so I was like, okay, so I asked for the remainder of the deposit like before the appointment, and then like if I had asked for it after, she would have fought me. You know, she would have just skirted. But I asked for it before, so then I was like, at the time, like it was like $50. Like she paid the $30 deposit, and then there was $50 left she had to like send, and then she was just like, but I already sent you the money. I thought that was the money and I was like, no, that was the deposit that goes towards your appointment, just in case like if I'm here and you don't show up, I still need to get paid for like the time that I was here, you know, or like I go get gems made, so it's like, you know, like I gotta like make up for it a bit, you know, not fully, but like at least a bit, you know. And then she was like, no, I already sent the deposit, no. And I was like, okay, if you don't send the rest, then I cannot work on you. She's like, but can I just send you like $15 or something? I was like, no, the full amount. And she was just like giving me a hard time in front of people, and it was just like
other people was around.
Yeah, because I used to work out of the salon, so it was just like a whole commotion. I was like, no, like you have to send the deposit, like if you don't send the rest, like I'm not giving you this gem, you know. And it was a gold gem, so I was just like, you know. Anyways, so then she finally is like, okay, fine, whatever. She sends me the deposit. I'm like, I'm keeping it cordial, I'm keeping it cool. I'm like, okay. I'm treating her like a regular client. I'm like, okay, have a seat, all right, put this on. And then we get started. I don't say anything, and then she's like, okay, nice, whatever, leaves, doesn't even say thank you. And I was just like, ugh, I was so frustrated. And then yeah, so that was like my worst client experience. But I also learned that day, like, don't let other people bully you, because you know, like, so then I'm like, now I'm very firm, like I stand my ground and stuff like that. So
okay, that was the first one. You said there was another one.
Yeah, there was another one. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, Facebook clients are a different breed than like people you get on Instagram.
Why is that?
I don't know what it is. Like, I really don't know what it is, but Facebook is a whole different world, okay? Instagram, people know how to book appointments. People know, like, if I make, like, a story with, like, my prices, like, people know to, like, click on my profile, look through my highlights so that it saves time, and then people know how to...
They understand businesses more.
Yeah, they understand, like, all right, to, like, how to navigate on a profile. Whereas on Facebook, it's, like, I have, like, a description and everything, but they'll still ask me, like, oh, like, how much is it? Or like, which is fine. I'm fine answering those questions. But then I answer that question, and it's like, oh, are you able to lower it? Whereas people on Instagram would never ask me that, for example, because they know, like, it's like a business, you know? On Facebook, they kind of treat it as like a bargain type place, you know? And I'm just like, I don't really like that. So anyways, one person kept booking an appointment with me, not sending their deposits. And this is when I first started out too, like, so like I would still show up. I'd be at the salon, and I would wait for till the very last minute, like, hey, like, you haven't sent your deposit yet, blah blah blah. And then, like, it'd be like a waste of my time. So they kept booking under like 2 different names, and then they started messaging me on Facebook like, hey, can I book an appointment with you? And I just had to start saying no, because they like wasted so much of my time and whatnot. So
you don't put your ID in the description and that's okay, good, because you know niggas would just pull up.
Yeah, exactly. So like, and even if they did, I'm like, I'm not working on you, you know. So yeah, so that person just kept wasting my time, and I just learned not to entertain. Like, if someone like is clearly wasting my time, I'm not gonna entertain it anymore.
Those type of things just sounds like, just why?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Why?
You, like, all the time you waste, you don't get it back.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Or like an appointment time is like wasted. Someone else could have been used that time, you know?
Exactly. Something I like to ask, because when I interview people about the things they love doing, obviously I'm coming from an ignorant point of view. I don't know that much. So my question to you is this something more for females, or can males, like, obviously you talk about males being on this, but like any type of male could do this. It don't really matter.
It's very much like, it's a way of expression. If you want to express yourself and have a gem on your tooth, doesn't matter gender, sexuality, whatever, it's very much open. Like, Yeah, so I'd really try to like push it, and like I remember like I felt so bad, like, but like one person messaged me and they were like, and like honestly like I never thought about this, but I was just like, one person messaged me and they were like, oh, like I would love to get a gem, and then they felt the need to disclose that they were transgender, and I was just like, and they were like, would you be willing to work on me? And I was like, oh, like I was just like, oh no, like yeah, of course. And I just never thought about that, but like it's very much open to like anyone, like that's, I don't even know if that correlates with your question, but it was just it's very much open to like anyone, anybody, like.
No, it's because the world we live in, sometimes you got to bring that up because some people are just iffy about this and that, you know?
Yeah, no, like I did it on like a couple guys and they were like, whoa, like dang, you know, like one guy like got like even like doesn't even matter like what your sexuality or whatever, like, but like this guy like he got gemmed out and it was for his grad, you know, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna show my homeboys, blah blah blah, it's gonna be so sick, and then he was just really happy about it. So it's just like, doesn't matter like who you are, you can get a tooth gem.
Anybody could get it.
Even you.
Yes, sir.
You want a tooth gem?
The thing is, like me, I need everything. Like not gems, but like I need goals. I'm a Florida boy. You know what I'm saying? Niggas need goals and stuff. But like, I'm open to trying this. But if I do try this, it got to be like on the teeth, just pure diamonds. Yeah. If that makes sense.
No, I know.
You know, you ever go to like grocery stores and there's always just that one auntie with that one gold tooth. That's the type of thing I'm trying to be on. You know? Yeah. So with this, where can you see yourself in the future with all this?
In the future,
where would you like to see yourself?
I kind of wanted, like, at first I was like, I want to do everything, you know, like I want to like acquire like not just tooth gemming, but like every other skill possible. But I'm just like, there's so much potential in this industry because it's just starting up, right? Anyways, so then so I feel like, shit, what was the question?
Where do you see yourself in the future with all this?
At first I saw myself being like, oh, like I'm gonna acquire all these skills. Obviously, like there's always room at the table in anything that you do. But I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do like, I'm gonna learn how to do lashes, I'm gonna learn how to do brows, I'm gonna learn how to do this. But it was just like, oh, like I need to like focus on what I'm doing right now and like perfect that first and like really like tap into it. So like I see myself like being like big, like just like, I don't know, like my thing is like, I don't know if speaking about this is like gonna like jinx it, so
trust me, I feel I'm like that.
I would love to see myself like becoming like someone who like is big on like in the supplying world about with this, you know, like really like become like a supplier for this and stuff like that. And like honestly, like I could see myself owning like a little shop and just like having other people work out of there with me, you know, with this. It's like very much, bro, like I'm telling you, like this is like a really big thing. Like
no, I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it a lot. Okay.
It can definitely grow. So that's like a couple of the things like I'm working towards now. Whereas before it was like I'm trying to be everywhere, but I had to tell myself like trying to be everywhere. Like if you don't perfect something, then like if you're trying to be everywhere, you're gonna feel like you're failing because you're not really like putting your all into like one thing and seeing it grow and whatnot. So that's definitely what I had to realize. So.
With this, are you able to be portable with this? So let's say someone says, I'm in Calgary, but for some reason I just can't make it up to E-Town. Can you go to them, bring your stuff with you, and do it right then and there, or it has to be at your place?
It can be mobile within Edmonton and area, but if it's like going out somewhere, then it'd have to be like a huge fee that they'd have to pay. Or like if for some reason I happen to already be going to Calgary, then I'll let the person know I'll be in Calgary like this weekend or something, and we can just make it work, you know. But like right now it's like they'd have to pay a huge fee. And that's another thing as well, like I'd love to do like pop-ups and like events, like, you know, if there's like a music show or like an art show or something, or like just like a store opening or something, and they're like, oh, come in and get a free tooth gem, but like obviously like the person who's doing the pop-up would like pay me or something like that or whatever, and then like I just like do tooth.
What was I saying again? I low-key already forgot.
I
Sheesh.
literally have like the short like memories like.
No, it's all.
What were we talking about?
I'm gonna just ask I dead ass forgot.
Yeah,
Shit.
I for real forgot. Me too. I looked at my phone and I was like, oh.
How do you do your own? Cause I see you iced out too. How do you do your own? I'm assuming obviously you look in the mirror the whole time.
Yeah. So I have like my bed there and I angle it so I'm down like laying down like at an angle, and then I literally like it's so hard because if I like didn't grab something or like something is far out of reach, I have to like sit up and like the thing, it takes twice as long to do it on me myself, just because like if I'm doing it like on the side, like you know when you look to the side, you like your peripheral view kind of like blurry. So if I have the mirror, it kind of gets blurry, like if I'm looking to the side to see like this side of my mouth. So it's like I have to like be so precise, like, and sometimes like it takes so long for me to get it right, but if I'm doing it on someone else, like I'm so like detail oriented, like I'm good, like, you know,
and you already know where everything is.
Yeah, whereas on me, if it's like I don't like, I wish I could like get out of my body so I could see my own teeth and stuff, but like that could never work. But like anyways, but like it's really hard like doing it on myself, because honestly like sometimes like if I have to like sit up to like grab something, I'll forget, and like you just have drool in your mouth and it's just gross. So I don't even like talking about it because it's a gross process, to be honest. Yeah.
Do you ever have people complaining with you about the price? Like, yo, I've known you for this long. Can you bring down the price? Yo, this and that. Have you ever ran into that?
No, thank God I have not. Because, like, if anyone ever came to me like that, then I'd just be like, hey, clearly you don't think what I'm doing is serious. So, you know, so not really, but it just be like kind of like diss for someone to like come up to me and say like, hey, like, can you give me a discount? Because it's like at the end of the day, like it's still like a business, you know. So like, and I do the same for my friends. If they have like a product, I'm not asking them, like I've never asked my friends for like a discount if they're doing something. I genuinely like will wait until like able to support it and then go and like actually get it done, you know. So that's kind of how I am, and I expect the same to me.
So with something like this, can you see yourself like in the dentist world with a hobby like this?
I thought about it, but really I'm only into it because I like, at the end, like, yeah, I like seeing people smile, which a dentist probably loves to see people smile, but for me it's literally like I just love to like put gems and like people feel like feeling themselves with their smile and stuff. So I've thought about it, but like I don't think I would go into the dentist world like that.
With any things like this, do they like glow in the dark? Can people smile in the dark and it like shines?
Yeah, I have a couple that I just
Yes sir.
Hair is so long, sometimes it just, there we go.
That's all good.
So I have a couple. Give me like 2 seconds.
All good.
So I have these right here. So as you can tell, this is like crystals. This is like anything that's different. So
Can I put this up like up against here so it could show?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
That's all good?
Yeah, of course. So yeah. So these ones right here, like you know, when I don't know if it's not like necessarily glow in the dark, but like you know when you go to like laser tag and like yeah, this would be like the same thing.
Okay.
So like in the dark, and then under a specific like light or something, they would literally like glow like crazy. So these ones would be really nice. Like if you're trying to do something for Halloween, then yeah, definitely, yeah.
No, has anyone hit you up for like any Halloween theme yet? Anything like that?
I haven't really like pushed it like that. Sorry.
All good.
I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
No, like no one hasn't really like hit me up yet for like anything like Halloween related, and I haven't really like pushed it that much, just because I'm now starting to like be consistent again. So it's like I just had my photo shoot, so it's like I'm trying to like be consistent with that and like push that content out and stuff like that. So yeah, but like this would definitely be cool for Halloween though. So I should probably push that.
Okay. So like with all this, what's something you wish you knew now, or what's something you wish you knew now that if you knew back then, it was like, yo, this would have saved me so much more time?
I guess it's like really sourcing my own products. There's not much like it's there's a lot of stuff that you just have to know about in this, and it's just like I wouldn't have gone through the hardships of like for example, like the composite that I used to use when I first started versus the one that I use now. So much different, because the one I first started to use, I used to get it from this lady who trains in like whatever, and she would sell her own, but hers was it was like not the, you're supposed to get like a color that matches teeth, but hers didn't necessarily match teeth. But at the time I didn't know that, because I didn't like do the research behind like what composite should you be using or whatever, you know. So hers would be like a bit darker, so then it wouldn't look nice, you know, like after a while. Whereas the one that I use now, like it matches like the color of your teeth and stuff like that, so it like looks prettier, looks cleaner, as well as like I wouldn't have wasted my money like on that lady's products and stuff like that, you know. Whereas now, like I have my own supplier, like I literally WhatsApp them like, hey, I need this, I need that, and then they're like, okay, we can get that done for you. Like if I need like gems and stuff, like I know, like I don't have to go to like super overpriced people, because then that's just like the lazy way, you know. Like now I have my own connections where I get my own like good supplies and stuff like that. So I wish like I had taken the time before to do that, but now I learned.
How long do your products usually take to come in? Is it the same week? Is it like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even a month?
Sometimes it could come within a week. Literally a week and a half is like the most, but like the people I get my stuff from, like they're really, really fast, like getting stuff sent here. And like a lot of them are just like on the other side of the country. Some of them are like literally in like the States or something.
What I want to know, that big ass bed you got right there, how long did that take to come in?
That honestly, like 2 days.
Oh, 2 days?
Yeah, literally.
I thought something like that would be like a whole month to come in.
No, it's just like, that's not the bed I wanted, but I was like, it'll do for now. So I just like use it. And like a lot of people use a bed like that, but it takes up so much space, as you can see. You guys can't see behind the camera, but like the bed takes up like a lot of space. But like, yeah, it only took a couple days to come in, because this girl referred like a brand to me. So yeah. Okay,
what's the difference between that one and the one that you did want?
The one that I wanted is like more so like a chair that leans back and has like it kind of like a recliner type style, but not really. And it was like more like what you'd see like at a dental office. So it's like I like how it takes up less space, but it still has the same purpose of like how far back you lean and stuff like that, but it takes up less space.
So okay,
it's nicer, to be honest.
Keep it 100. What do you do when someone pulls up on you with like stank ass breath? Because I know you must have ran into people like that.
Honestly, no, because I have my mask, so I can't smell anything.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that.
I don't work without my mask. Like you come in, I don't take my mask off once, unless like you want to see like, oh, what do your gems look like? I back up, I pull my mask down, smile, and then I put it back on, and then I get close to you.
Cause yeah, that's like when I first saw you doing this, I don't know why that was the first thing that came in my mind. Like, how do you react? Like, do you hold your breath like damn near half the whole time?
No.
But I guess yeah, you got the mask on.
I got the mask on, but also I do have a thing where like I let clients know to brush your teeth before your appointments. So it's not like a shade thing or anything, but it's like you just want to show up ready, you know, ready to go. And plus, when you come get a tooth gem, you can't brush your teeth for the next 12 hours. So it's like, yeah, you want to come brush your teeth beforehand, you know, so that for the next 12 hours, like, you don't feel self-conscious because, oh, snap, like, if you come, like, for an appointment at, like, 3 p.m. and you can't brush your teeth until, like, 3 a.m., so I tell, like, just brush your teeth before, come, and so it, like, it works out, it, like, balances or whatever.
When you first started this, did you have, like, a practice dummy? Like, a friend that you practice on?
Yes.
Okay.
I had a couple practice dummies, so my friends Ijoma and Vivian, they let me, before I even like was really out there like that, they let me practice on them, especially my friend Vivian. And like I had like a couple tooth models like this, so I'm pretty sure I still have like the very first tooth model I like worked on. So like you see how my application's clean here, you know, it looks nice. If I show you the other one, it looks gross. You're just like, ew, like you wouldn't want that on your teeth.
But you're growing. Like
Yeah,
if you can see that, you're growing. You're making progress.
Exactly. But like, yeah. So shout out to my friends for letting me be there, like test dummies, to be honest, for months. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all I really got to ask you. You know what I'm saying? Well, at the end, I usually tell people, you know, just let niggas know where they can find you and shit. Your IG and shit. Oh
yeah. IcedoutbyAlexa on IG and IcedoutbyAlexa on Facebook. So. Is
there anything you want to ask me before I end this? If there's not, you know, it's cool. It's cool.
I don't really have any questions.
Nothing.
I feel like the interview, you know, I was the one being interviewed, so
yeah.
I didn't have anything prepared for you.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. All right, it's your boy Money Making Marlo. You gotta say your name.
Oh, and I stopped by like.
Shit. Yeah, I'm out.